Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a pretty cool and unique loadout building video in the lovely sunny hills of Italy. I'm in Inferno here, and I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is something you guys will really like. Now, before we dive into it, we are running individual giveaways on every single video this month, and the giveaway for today is going to be a Get Ill Chatterbox. This is specifically the one that I used in my gold loadout and the start of my orange loadout until I got an orange DD pack. So we're giving it away. All you guys have to do to enter is make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of your favorite skin from today's video. We'll pick the winner in a few days time. Good luck, and let's get into it. If you want the best place to buy and sell your CS2 skins, then look no further than today's sponsor, Skinport. Skinport offers users a fast, smooth, easy and secure experience for buying and selling Counter-Strike skins, with the benefit of items being much cheaper compared to buying on the Steam community market.
This is the way.
This is the way.
There are no buying fees, selling fees range between 2 to 12%, and there's over 1 million skins available on Skinport at any time. With a great Trustpilot rating, it's the perfect place to start building your loadout, whether you're going for budget gems or picking up some insane skins. They are also the reason we can keep running giveaways to give back to you guys, so make sure you check out Skinport using the links in the description or pinned comment, and let's get back to the video. Now, you are looking at the skin and craft that replaced my chatterbox, but what I want to showcase here is the knife and gloves. Now, don't get me wrong, I know you can see wearing the gloves, but let me break it down. We're going to go for Specialist Gloves Marble Field and Field Tester, which are $275. Now, I've gone for $275 because that's the expected overpay to get to like a 0.25 float. I would recommend you try and snipe a float that is a lower price than that, or just accept a bit more budget to get a cleaner pair. But keeping it realistic on the budgets, this is what a 0.25 is going to look like. And then we have a gut knife marble field for $180 in factory new. Now, the reason I'm using a gut knife is because I actually quite like, for one, how the marble field looks on this. But if you have budget or want to upgrade to a better knife in the future, then you can do so. But this is a really good like filler knife, like under $200 to get a really nice finish and a good draw animation. I am here for it. And if you can't tell, this whole loadout is sort of themed around trying to pair things in with the marble fields. And because of the colours in this, you get blue, you get purple, kind of purple with the gloves a little bit. You get sort of reddy pink, you get yellow. So there's a lot of different options we can go skin-wise here. My first choice is going to be the Glock 18 Vogue. This for just under $4 in minimum wear is pretty much a perfect combination for these marble fields. Now, one thing to note is these colors will not match perfectly as we go through because there's such limited options in the grand scheme of CS skins. We're not going to pair it perfectly, but we're going to pair it as best as we can. Or if it doesn't pair, it's at least going to work well together like this Jawbreaker does. This is a minimum wear Jawbreaker, just over $11 at the minute. Actually, it's about $11.50, but I think the price of this will continue dropping down, probably to below $10, but it's still a good price to pick up at this point. Now, I was leaning into the blues a bit more when I picked this one. This is the P2000 handgun, so if you are a P2K enjoyer, you can use this. This one's just under $1 in minimal wear. Now, trying to combine like that sort of like blue and the orange and the yellows and everything under the sun, I'm going to go for the Ocean Drive for the Desert Eagle here. This minimum wear is about $43. Now, again, this one isn't a perfect fit, but I think with the top of the gloves, it actually works quite nicely. And really, it's that kind of just mix of colors like the marble field has is what we're leaning on here. Now, the AK has a pretty perfect choice when it comes to it, and it's going to be the Empress. This in minimal wear will run you about $56. It is a brightness skin though, so if you want to save some cash, you can go down to Field Test it even well worn, and this will look pretty good. But this covers like the yellow, the blue, the red. It covers so much of it. It is so damn good. Then for the F1S, I'm going to go for a Black Lotus. Now, this is $15 in minimum wear. You can make an argument that maybe the Nightmare might be better for the blue, but because you get that kind of like nice purpley blue on the knife and some parts of the gloves, I decided, you know what, we'll go for that for the M41S, and it's super clean. Then one we don't use too often is going to be a Desolate Space for the M4A4. This is just under the $8 mark in minimal wear. Again, lots of purple and blue, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things is working nicely for us. And then a little bit of sort of yellow mixed through. And this is another example of, like, it's not going to clash with the gloves, but it isn't a perfect fit. But overall, I quite like this loadout. And then we're going to have a Field Tested Hyper Beast. You can see here, it gets a bit of wear in on the scope and a little bit on the artwork. But if you go for like a middle tier Field Tester, which you should get for around this $27.5, $28 mark, I think this is a stunning op choice. And you can see how nicely it pairs with some parts of the gloves. And then for the MP9, I'm going to choose a Food Chain in minimal wear. I've gone for minimal wear where possible for these skins. Again, Food Chain just has a lot of nice colors going for it. In general, it's really nice artwork regardless of like the theme you're going for. So this is a really nice fit. For the Mac 10, I was a little stuck. And again, I just went for like a skin that has a lot of color on it that like sort of changes. And It was fairly reasonable. $4.30, I think, for a minimum wear discotheque is a nice pickup here. And that decision making kind of carries over to the P250, where I've went for a Visions, which is about $4.32. Very similar pricing to the Mac 10, actually. And I just think this is one of the top P250 skins. A nice mix of colors. Let's go for it. Then on the Tech 9, I'm going to go for the Few Bar because it's quite cheap. It's under $1 in minimal wear, and the tip of it has the purpley sort of pink into the blue that matches the gloves. Then for the FAMAS, I'm leaning on the reds here, which the outside of the Spectrum has a red accent, which works quite nicely with these gloves. $2.17 here for minimal wear is a super nice pickup. And guys, I can't lie, the more I'm looking at the gut knife with finishes, I'm considering, did I get a Doppler or a Gamma Doppler gut knife? Like, is that the move, just to get a cool ass knife with a good finish? But outside of that, Gale, I'm going to choose a chromatic aberration for $2.71. Now, this one, I can't lie, it doesn't fit the bill that well. There's some pink accents on the knife here and there, but you know what, you're not going to use it that much, just enjoy it, have a good time. The 5.7 for me here is going to be the Boost Protocol. I think this, $1.59, or sorry, $1.49 even. I always love this skin. It's always one of my budget suggestions for you guys, and I just think it was another really nice pickup here. Fluorocore Avona Zen with a lot of mixed color. You can see here we got that sort of like peel purple background. We got purple itself. We got green. We got like orange, white, everything coming through. A real nice mixed bag here, and it's under $1 in minimal wear. Kind of similar to the FAMAS, we're going to lean onto like red accents here to pair them with the gloves a little bit. It is a Battle Scarred Integral. Now, believe it or not, this actually looks quite good, even in Battle Scarred. So I'm all here for this. For the AUG, honestly, I just end up going cheap and cheerful here. This is 10 cents for minimal wear. Not a lot of people use it in game, so let's not spend too big on it. Just get something that fits in and doesn't clash. Now, for the XM, you're kind of relying on getting a pattern that's got a decent amount of blue and a decent amount of pink, but I'm going to go for the XOXO again here. I think $2.63 for this is kind of fair. You know, you've got a lot of rounds where you might buy the XM. Outside of that, maybe going for, you know what, I think this is still probably the best option. I gotta keep the agenda alive with the Just Smile. That's going to be my MP7 of choice here for $1.14. Again, one that might not be used that much, but if you want it, this is what my suggestion is going to be. And then for the Scout, I'm going to go for the Disaster. This has a lot of red accents, obviously pairing to the gloves, and it's just kind of like washed grey colour, which means it's a sort of neutral pick that fits in quite nicely. Now, the total cost for this whole loadout is just under $650. It's $648.84. Now, don't get me wrong, I am aware there's a few things you guys can nitpick here. There's a few skins that don't match with the gloves perfectly, and it is what it is. The gloves have a mix of colours on them. Realistically, one of the main things is how it looks like this, for example, and you want to make sure like that inner thumb is matching the skin, and obviously when you inspect it, how it's going to look. But that changes drastically for every single skin. For example, the Deagle, you see a lot more of the top and stuff like that. So I've just gone for stuff that's somewhat in that colour palette that doesn't clash, that looks really well, to try and give you guys a bit of an alternative loadout, because honestly, we don't see the marble fades combined and used too often. At least I don't. I know the gloves with that much wear might be a reason why. But overall, $650. You can get this cool ass loadout. There's a few other options you can go with, and we'll cover those in the future. Just to remind you guys of the giveaway for today, it is the Gale Chatterbox in Battle Scarred. All you have to do is hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of your favourite skin from today's video, or let me know what you would change about this, because this was very much a working idea for the knife and glove combo and trying to get skins to fit through it. I did go through and check, but if there's something you think that will work better, please let me know. Outside of that one, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.